Alrighty then, good morning, good evening, good afternoon, and welcome, one and all. My name is Michael. I'm the Dead Gamer, and I have not put any of my players in the correct places on my map because I was asleep, and that is what's going
And
to
you're
happen.
looking a little low.
Huh? Am I? Oh, fucking
You and your map.
Okay, well, I'm just gonna. Ba-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Ba-da-da-da-da-da-da. Nope. Ba-doop-doo-doo-doo-doop-doop. Ba-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo.
I hate goblins. Oh, me again.
There we go.
I
Tequila.
love how that's like the characterization of Vander. I hate goblins. Ah.
Them damn goblins, let me tell you
Goddamn
something.
goblins.
The best goblin, the dead goblin. Tell you what. If I had a choice, I'd put them all in a boat. Send them on their way. There we go. Okay, cool.
Yeah. Okay.
Anyway, hi guys. My name is Michael. I'm the Dead Gamer. We are playing Pathfinder 2nd Edition, the role-playing game. And joining me today are my wonderful and amazing Patreons who support the channel, allow me to do amazing, fun, and incredible things, and enjoy this game. Say hello to the chat.
Hello.
Hello, chat.
Good.
Hello, Chad.
Hello, Chad.
Well done.
How you doing?
Fancy meeting you here.
Jesus Christ. Anyway, so before we begin, we have some other people to thank, starting, of course, with none other than the amazing sponsors who help us keep the lights on, do all the cool, fun, and amazing stuff. And, despite my best efforts to continually forget tech stuff, look as professional as possible. We have Fantasy Grounds for our VTT of choice behind us, and the dice rolls and all of that. An amazing VTT that helps me connect to all my players from all around the world and have a great old time. Und then we have Sirenscape for the beautiful sound effects that you'll hear throughout the course of the game. All of the musical scores, all the sound effects that you hear is using an incredible library of sound effects that, just comes to you and gets to do all the cool stuff. And then, last but not least, we have Hero Forge for the tokens and the artwork you can see on screen of my players. This is made, not only characters that, you can use the modeling software to make, but you can also, boom, get these little 3D printed minis sent to you as well. And that's pretty cool as well. So, go check them out. And they just released a whole array of dog variants. So, you can actually do, huskies and border collies and, all kinds of different canine characters, so that's kind of cool. So yeah. Well, guys, as you know, role-playing games are a collaborative storytelling experience in which you, as the DM, set out the world, fill it with people and obstacles and challenges, and the players who take on the role of the protagonists of the adventure engage and embark on epic quests and adventures. To tell you about the characters that you're going to see in today's episode, we are going to throw the ball over to my patrons to introduce themselves and the characters that they're going to be playing, starting with none other than our dear friend Skullya.
Yes, playing the, at this point, extremely traumatized elf, Cinderella, who's tries to be a nice, lovely cleric who's suffered so much trauma in her past life at this point, between being burned, stabbed, slashed, witnessing the death of friends, and
Eaten alive.
yeah, I don't think she's been eaten alive yet.
Mimic.
Oh yeah, eaten alive. There you go. I know what she really wants to do is bring peace and harmony to this town, even though, for whatever reason, various people in the town seem to always want to refuse it and be very almost isolationist to themselves, to some degree.
Hi, I'm Varian CA. I'm playing Westinson. He is a gunslinging dwarf. Was previously a guard in a neighboring city. Tried to escape some woes by falling into a bottle and winding up in Sandpoint. And now has made it his life goal to torment the heck out of an elf. I mean, Evander.
Hi, I'm OG Lava Kitten. I'm playing as Maro. Maro is a priest of Pharasma who's, I think, been in town maybe 24 hours and has already had to deal with getting rid of a horrible altar and deal with releasing spirits and serial killer nonsense, and now a goblin house party. So she's been very busy so far.
And I'm Neil from Immersion Diversion. I play Peyton Ramon. He is a rogue and also a um crap, I forgot what the term was. Anyway, he's from Sandpoint. He's been living here this whole life. Lost his parents to the same fire that Cinderella was in. And he just kind of wants to better the town just by just kind of helping them out and doing whatever he can, but is always a miserable mistake maker, so so he just tries to be intimidating, but is not good at that either.
And hey everyone, I'm Matt from All Things Fantasy, and I play the semi-retired Sable Company Marine individual known as Navander. He has a nice little farming ranch outside the town of Sandpoint. He has a lovely wife, Shalelu, who has taken ill recently and have gone to her father up at Fort Rennick. Meanwhile, he's been tasked to make sure that the Seven Domes of Sandpoint, an evil plan created by Nualia, the evil witch of Sandpoint, in fact, who has planned to destroy Sandpoint once and for all. So Navand is stepping up with this group to make sure that Nualia's plan does not come to fruition.
Fruition?
Yeah, that one. No, actually, no, I'm going to stick with it. With the fruition, like a fruit, like an apple. Poison, dark, rotted apple.
Very well.
Bruised banana.
Okay, I'm not complaining. Do, buddy. Okay. Well, thank you to my lovely players. And, of course, we have one last person to thank before we kick off on today's session, and that is, of course, our lovely and amazing audience members. Thank you guys for being here and enjoying all the cool and fun and wacky stuff that we end up doing. It is always awesome to see, everyone coming out and supporting the show and supporting the channel. As such, we invite you behind the GM screen in order to influence the game while we play and be a part of the action as the story unfolds. First of all, just by watching the show, you earn channel points that can be used at any point in time in order to influence the game. This could be inspiration, insight bonuses, wandering monsters, wandering bosses, divine intervention, divine healing, and much, much more. So check those out, and subscribers, you earn channel points twice as quick, so, there you go, there's that as well. Then, of course, we have our monetary donations, which go towards the DAG survival check for the month. The DAG survival check for the month is about just, paying for bills, keeping lights on, making sure everything's all good and looked after and stuff. So yeah, all of the proceeds go towards that for the month. And I have great news. Guess what? What, Michael?
Michael?
What?
Oh, I earned enough money between the youth center work and the support that I've gotten in the last month or so. I have now completed my Warhammer Necron collection, so it is now done. I bought all the things. It's gone. I have it. Now I just need to, put them together and paint them. And I am pleased, and I want to thank everyone for your contributions to my crippling nerd addiction. So yes, anything I buy, yeah.
My turn.
What's that?
That just means you need to start the next set.
No.
I was just gonna say, I'm pretty sure Warhammer doesn't let you go after one set.
No, I'm good after one set. See, that's the thing is, like, for me, if it's complete, I'm good. Once I hit that, like, I have everything. I've got everything. Like, I mean, Malifaux was a bit of an exception because I had to, like, buy a second army for, like, the youth center and for the kids. So once I had that second army, well, and now I needed to have the 2 factions. And once I had 2 factions, I may as well have all the 8 factions. So now I have all the Malifaux models, which, by the way, I now also do. So I have every model not every model. I have at least one of every type of model available for gameplay for Malifaux. I have it. It's complete collection. Now I have all the models that you can play with the Necrons, which is good. But because it's for the youth center stuff, and that program already has, multiple armies for people to play with, I don't need to supplement that. So I'm good. I'm solid. I have my little thing. So I'm complete. I just need to paint it, and then it's good, and then it can go on the wall.
Got his little glass shelf to show him off.
Yeah, buy a little display thing. But yes, and I just wanted to take a moment to thank everyone, because I know everyone's been very supportive in terms of this, because some people have had that Warhammer kind of itch, and some people understand how expensive the hobby can definitely be from time to time. So yeah, I just want to take a moment to thank folks and be like, you guys are awesome. Okay.
So it's complete until Games Workshop updates the miniature line and army list, right? That's
it'll be complete until I decide the next thing I want to do is actually create a magnetized line of infantry units. Because now because one of the things I learned how to do, which I'm very proud of actually, is I'm sorry, we're having just random conversation. Is I learned how to actually magnetize one of the models that I had, which is this big Tesseract vault that basically has two states. One is like closed and one is opened. But if you glued everything in, you effectively have to buy two of these like $500 fucking models. So I'd learned and upskilled and figured out how to like drill into plastic bits, attach magnets. So now I actually can magnetize it closed or open it up and stick all the bits and pieces
That's
on.
awesome.
So I've learned how to do that. So apparently people get the tiny baby units, and then when you want to change your guns or your weapons, rather than buying more units and like giving them different weapons, they magnetize their limbs and then they just interchange whatever bits and pieces they need. So I want to kind of,
cool.
now that I know how to magnetize and stuff, I kind of want to do that with infantry units, but it's not important, if that makes sense. It's like I can do that just as a, like, hey, cool, I'll buy a box of like 5 minis and I'll do that just for fun. And yeah, maybe that'd probably be the furthest that I go with that. But yeah, just interesting stuff. So there you go. Fuck did I get on there? No, I was just saying thank you. Anyway, there you go. $5 donation. For $5, you can donate a hero point to a player of your choice or a jinx point to me. These hero points can be used to stave off death, petition the DM for stuff that isn't in the rules, or roll with advantage. Jinx points can be used to counteract hero points, to make bad guys roll with advantage, or complicate things so slightly. From the $10 donation, I have 2 decks in front of me. You will get a draw from either a deck of heroic actions, which is a free action and an emergency hero point to a player of your choice. The deck of plot twists and flashbacks, which I have, is a series of story prompts, which will be used in today's session to just keep me on my toes as an improv person. So there you go. $20 is a natural 20, which is a critical success for a player of your choice. Everyone is loaded. However, I do have room for 2 more nat 20s if anyone wants to throw them my way. $50 has 3 potential rewards here. One is a magic item to a player of your choosing. This can be a homebrew item, an item you'd like me to design, or something from their wish list. The second is a draw from the Harrow deck, a deck of fortune-telling cards where I will read and predict our hero's fortune, and if they try to embrace or reject that fortune, they will receive a critical success in doing so. Plus, for the remainder of the game, they will gain a bonus to whichever statistic the draw happens to be from. This will be in the form of a 1d6 to any roll that uses that stat, and a auto reroll on any check that they make using that stat as well. And lastly, the third reward for the $50 tier is the boss buff, where a boss becomes incredibly difficult. Now, we have, of course, our encounter for today, which will inspire our $100 secret menu item, which, as we know, is currently trying to break up a party that is being held at Novander's house by a goblin squatter who has now taken over his domicile. There are a couple of large bugbear bodyguards and bouncers who are preventing the group from entering. And so what would the secret menu item possibly be in this particular situation? Well, the secret menu item for today, in the midst of this nightclub for goblins, we've added the bugbears, the bugbear bouncers. The next thing I think we'd need to add is we would need competition. We would need someone to be able to try and, sort of finance and be able to, like, make sure that this club is really popping. So what I'm going to do is I will, with you, the donator, design a syndicate that will operate within the goblin community, run by hobgoblins. So the goblins are the patrons, with one goblin as the owner. The bugbears are the bouncers, and you've got, like, sort of micromanaging the sort of, like, criminal element will be a bunch of hobgoblins. It'll be the hobgoblin person that will be in charge is a man known as the accountant. That is all he will be known as. And all of a sudden you'll see this presence of these people who just start, like kind of basically like trying to bring sin and debauchery to Sandpoint.
This parties just say out like a party for the Hobgoblin Outreach or
Yeah.
Reconciliation Program.
Yep.
See,
And the
you're making me just think
and the
you're
central
just making me think that they've been touched by the lust rune or something like that. It's been activated or something.
and all of this and all of this will happen and transpire from the safety of Navander's home.
The accountant.
All right.
Matt's face.
Dag.
Yeah.
I know exactly what my next character's going to be then.
A goblin?
Oh, maybe a bugbear.
Oh, bugbear. Yeah, that's true. All right. Well, without any further ado, let us
The bugbear
return
hates goblins.
back to the town of Sandpoint, where in which our heroes find themselves at Navander's house. As our heroes have arrived at Navander's house, they hear the sound, a sound they never thought they would be hearing from the ranger's home. And that is a rather upbeat party atmosphere, as several goblins, bright lights, smoke machines, and stuff have taken over Navander's home. Turns out, a series of goblins have opened up a small nightclub. As Navander looks at his house, with a line of goblins that seem to be trying to get in, as well as a few members of the town of Sandpoint, 2 large bouncers, giant bugbears preventing people from getting in, also prevented our heroes from entering as well. Demanding to speak with the manager and making a pretty decent diplomacy check, they went to acquire the goblin. Do you remember what his name was again? Do we figure it out?
He never had a name. He
Never
just
had a
kind of
name.
was.
Cool. We'll figure out a name. Who showed up, pretty wasted and having a good time. But as soon as he sees Navander, realized what had happened, turned around, slammed the door of Navander's house, locked the door, and told everyone to try and keep quiet. It is here that we left our adventure, as Navander is in just awe of what is transpiring. The 2 bugbear bouncers are still out the front entrance. The line of people are now complaining, as all the goblins and people are just like, they closed for the night. Oh, what do you mean we can't get in? Oh no, what happened? Something to do with these guys? Oh, boo! They're just complaining. All right, and it is here that we continue.
Mara will return to the party because she had been trying to talk to the host where he ran off in terror.
Please don't.
I suspect you know who this goblin was. I just ran away terrified.
Was he about that big? Green.
They're all that big.
Pointed ears.
I was going to say they're all that big.
That bastard.
I
Exactly.
seemed to recognize you and then ran into the house and locked the door. So I assume it's somebody you must know.
Right. Navander, have you changed your opinion? Are you actually helping to house some goblins now?
No.
As soon as you say that,
Woo.
from out on the second story of the of your little like hut thing, you watch as like the several goblins are whispering, quick, stretch it out, yeah, like that, and you watch as they like pulling this big cloth that's like your actual dining table like cover sheet, and they flick it out the window, and as you see like written over the side, it says Goblin House, and then house has been crossed out, and it says the letter M, the letter B, the letter C.
BC.
I see. Because they can't spell.
Van's gonna go around the back door to the back door.
All right, you do so. Then at the back, you see a goblin who is smoking. Sup?
If you don't leave immediately.
Whoa. Fuck is this coming from, man? Calm down.
I pick him up and throw him up in the air.
Son of a bitch. Yep. He flies away.
Go into the back. Go into the back door. Open it up.
He flies away.
All right. As you go to the back door is open. You find yourself in your kitchen, where people are, kind of hard at work. You can actually see your kitchen is just filled with about like 12 goblins. Some of them are standing on each other's shoulders while they're prepping food and the like. It's quite busy, There's just the clatter of plates and dishes and the like. You could smell like hot food, and there's like, for some reason, there's like an actual oil fryer in here, and they're just like, dropping chips and stuff in there. Order 27. Okay, quick, get it on. Do we have any mackerel left? We don't have any mackerel. God, look, just use the frog, okay? The frog will do. Everyone, no one cares. Everything tastes like frog.
Where's the manager?
What? Manager? Who the fuck are you? Are you the new guy? If you are, put on an apron. Go do some
I'm
dishes.
the owner.
Fucking.
I'm the owner.
The owner. Yeah, pull the other one, kid. Owner, Longshank owning a goblin nightclub.
Hey, have you ever felt what it's like to be deep fried?
Ooh, have I ever felt what it's like to be deep fried? I'll tell you what. You tell me about cooking when I tell you about standing around wasting my fucking time, okay? Fuck off.
Pick him up, throw him in the deep fryer. Next.
You're gonna need to make an athletics check here.
Yeah. Athletics?
Yep. That's not
27?
bad. That's not bad. Okay, give me 2 seconds.
I see we shouldn't have let him go in alone.
Oh yeah, we're still at the front.
Someone to come join me, but no.
Well, it started out.
He just left?
It started out okay.
Yeah.
All right, what level are you guys?
6.
6? Okay, that's not bad. That's not bad. Let's have a look. Here we go. Okay.
Peyton just looks at the bouncers,
Okay,
just
your-
so what did you guys get?
All right, your DC was 29.
Whoa!
So you've gone to grab this guy. Now, this guy is like one of the goblins that's like standing on the shoulders of another goblin. As he does, he then clicks his fingers. Immediately, 6 goblin like chefs that he's under the command of reach up and grab you. They're going to try and throw you into the oil.
Yep.
Ooh.
Let's see, goblin chefs. Here we go. Can you believe I've got stats for a goblin chef?
No, I don't. I actually don't. I completely understand it.
NPC
Okay.
core?
Yeah. I don't imagine they're gonna do well because they aren't trained in thing. But what's your
I
full
wonder how
DC?
he's doing. It's hard to hear with the music.
It should be 22.
22. Effectively, they need a natural 20, but there are 6
Yeah.
of them, so I mean, who knows? So
Gang tactics.
okay.
Tactics.
Oh damn!
Yeah, that sounds about right. Yeah.
Son of a bitch.
That's about right.
The goblin chefs just grab onto you and heave you into the fucking oil. As they do so, I need Navander to make a reflex save.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ. Hey!
Oh,
Okay.
damn.
Okay, that's cool. So, Navander, as they've gone to throw you into the oil, now they haven't grappled you or anything. But before you fall into the oil, you reach up and you grab onto the range hood just above the oil, the one that kind of takes all the oil and smoke. You now have a range hood in your kitchen. You don't know why. As you reach up and grab onto it, you manage to just narrowly avoid getting dunked in this bath of oil. However, you are now dangling above it with a bunch of like goblins like snarling at you from below. Now these 6 of them again are just over here and just sort of like armed with various like kitchen utensils, knives, you know, etc. But we're going to come back to the group momentarily as Navander is now hanging perilously over a vat of oil. Sindariel, Westonson, Maro, Peyton, and tentatively Titus. You've watched, you know, Maro has had that conversation, and Navander has stormed off. Like, yeah, I wouldn't say running, but quite at a pace. The large bugbears seem to be keeping an eye on you. Some of the line that had been going into the house has now dissipated as they kind of go around the place. What would the 4 of you like to do?
The sign that they had out the window, is the window still open?
Until they climb back in, yeah.
Oh, okay, so they're still out. Okay. I thought they kind of put the sign out and then left the window open. I'm like, we could just go through there, but... yeah. Navander's been taking a long time.
He hasn't. It's been like barely 12 seconds.
Oh. No, but Peyton was drinking before they came here, so he thinks time's gone longer than it has.
Incorrect.
Dang it. Fine.
Peyton's drunk, so he can be extra dumb if that's what you're trying to do. Maro's just looking at Westonson.
But I will take the role
Sindariel.
of being the DM and determining the effects of alcohol on player characters.
Nice. Yeah, Maro is just looking to Sindariel and Westonson. Like, are you doing anything, or am I leaving? She doesn't know any of the history here, so she's just.
Well, I'm tired. I want to get inside. Navander invited me. So.
If you look at Sindariel, she's effectively just in awe, thinking, "Oh, I finally
she's in
convinced them.
Oh,
Okay.
I've been trying to convince him for about 6 months that the goblins aren't that bad. And look, he's welcomed them into his house."
Maro
don't think
looks
that's
at
what happened.
Westonson. Is there a problem that we need to deal with?
Yeah, there is.
Right.
That is Sindariel.
Alright.
I don't think this was by invitation. Thinking that little goblin friend that he was staying with them took advantage when Navander had left. Given the reaction of Navander.
It still implies that he let at least one into his house. That's progress.
Sure. And that just undid
from
it all.
1 to 100? That's kind of
That
kind of a jump.
just reversed all the progress right there. I'm willing to wager you're going to hear screaming shortly from inside the house because he just walked around back. And either he has a root cellar he's going in, or he has a back window or a back door, and pretty soon goblins will be flying out the windows.
Almost
So-
as if you were waiting for the comedic timing of that to happen. Nothing actually seems to happen. And I'm going to say that a few minutes pass at this point, and that is when the actual feeling of it has been really quiet for a lot longer than should be, you know, especially if Navander's gone in, you know. Like,
Yeah.
Navander should definitely have made a ruckus of some kind, but there's nothing. Everything seems to still be kind of, you know, going ahead.
Right. Follow Navander or through the front?
Mara's just gonna head toward the back where Navander went in, because she's not gonna try to argue with bugbears.
If we go in the front, it is a fight. If we go up and find out what Navander's doing, it might not be. Let's go around back.
Okay.
Yeah. Mara's leading the way because she's already
Peyton?
went. She made her decision.
You're going to be in behind. You will be the last one through the door.
Okay.
Because if you try to go first through the door, you're going to fall down. Just stay behind us and do whatever Morrow says.
What? She just got
Okay.
here fine.
You go around the back of the house.
Okay. You head around the back of the house. Now, as this happens, let us now return to... thank you so much, Cookie, for the natural 20 for me and the heroic action. Sorry, let me just do something real quick because I wanted to do this for a little bit. Boop, there we go. So, nat 20 for Dag. And a heroic action. Navander! Alright, give me a number between 1 to 5.
Let's go 1.
Ooh, number 1. Alright. Rending Swipe. Play after you make 2 successful melee swipes against the same target with 2 different weapons. What? The
What?
target then takes an additional 1d6 persistent bleed damage and is sickened. I'm gonna give you a
So I
different
need-
one. That sucked.
I need 2 melee weapons and...
No,
Okay.
2 different melee. No. One. Here I are. There we go. Endure the onslaught. Here we go. This is better.
So everyone in
give a
there.
creature you can see resistance 5 to all damage until the start of your next turn. I'm gonna make that 1 minute.
Can I use that on myself?
Yeah, you can.
Perfect.
Yep. So endure the onslaught. So this gives you resist 5 to all damage until the start of your until 1 minute has passed.
Yeah.
If you use this
Nice.
ability at level 7 or higher, it becomes a 10. If you use it at level 12, it becomes a 15.
Yeah, so it just stacks up. Yeah. Easy.
Yeah. Okay. So, back in the kitchen. We go to Navander, hanging precariously above some oil.
Nirvana's going to try to swing himself over the bunch of goblins.
Okay.
To try to land on the ground behind them. So he's not currently over a deep fryer.
Okay, make a acrobatics check as you do so.
Right. Not the greatest, but not the worst. A 20.
Okay, let's see if you make it. DC is 22. Is it 22?
Oh.
No, that's not right.
Level 6? Yeah.
Yeah, no, it is 22. Unfortunately, you do not manage to do so. You do not critically fumble, so you don't fall into the oil. But you're also, I mean, you're just still hanging onto the range hood, sort of swinging, but there isn't much room to actually gain momentum enough to get you over the oil.
If that's the case, I'm going to use the nat 20 to do so then. Because I don't want to be above that fire.
That's true. That's true. All right, very well. With your natural 20, you leap across and fly past the goblins, landing on the actual center counter as you poof, land, sort of gracefully on your feet. You are surrounded on all sides by goblins with weapons.
Once again, I'm going to ask you to grab the manager as he draws out his sword.
Make a intimidation check, I guess.
Yeah.
I think this is a good one.
Oh well.
No, they tell you to get the fuck out of their kitchen, which is ironic.
Yes.
Okay. Let me just add these guys to the board here. One moment. Okay.
One way or another, we're gonna see a blender used in the fantasy realm for the first time ever.
Fantasy blender.
Technically, a blender was used in
Called a windmill.
Crown of Candy,
It's called a meat
Dimension 20,
mill.
the Riveting War.
Oh.
I mean, it was a demon. And
Could be
the shape of a
hand powered,
blender,
you know. You just
Well, this one is going
Like
to
a butter churner, but a blender.
be like one sword and like
more like a meat grinder where you run the meat through and it turns it into chuck.
Yeah.
The worst thing is, we are still in the kitchen,
That's
so
the
I wouldn't be
goblin.
surprised if some of the
Back.
goblins try to still use the excess for the next meal.
It's also true. Okay. All right, I've got all the stuff here. Easy done, easy done. All right, let's roll initiative.
wonderful.
All right, done and done. All right, Maro, you would be first, followed by the head chef, then Westinson, then the goblin chefs, then Cinderial, Navander, Peyton, and Titus is not here today, so we will...
You'll need to share the enemies in the combat tracker if you want us to see them.
oh, I suppose. There we go.
I actually might use that success card too, if that's all right.
It's a free action to use whenever, so you don't have to use it until you get hit, so you're good if you...
Yeah, I'll do that now.
Yeah, not a problem. Okay, let me now just change that to some goblin combat.
Do they change the music though for it? Like they were playing dance music and now they're gonna be like, oh, there's a fight music.
Yeah.
The Goblin
Fight
DJs
dance
mixing it
music.
up.
Goblin DJ's like, oh, fight.
No, we need to make this a little spicier. The Dark Gnome DJ is spicing it up.
Ooh. The Dark Gnome.
Yeah. Okay.
Does that mean
so-
we're only allowed to land hits on every single beat?
Yeah, exactly. All right.
If it doesn't line up with a beat of the music, it doesn't count as a fight scene.
And,
Get bonus
yeah,
damage
straight
if
up
it's
doesn't
on each beat. Freaking bullet. BPM.
You get an automatic critical if you time your first attack with the drop.
Yeah.
All right.
Bullets per minute.
Mara, you were up first.
Okay.
Let
so
me lower the
Maro
music real
comes
quick.
in.
Okay, yep, carry on.
So Maro comes inside and sees Navander dangling from a hood over a pot of oil.
No, he is in a center island surrounded by tiny goblin chefs with one goblin standing on the shoulders of another, barking orders.
Let's see. She doesn't really feel like anybody needs to get beat down at this point, so I think she will pull out the No, actually she's not going to start a fight yet. She's going to be like, yeah, what are we doing here? Not going to go straight into battle quite yet.
Best extermination.
I would like to I would like to raise a thing, and take
Sure.
and take a quick above the table moment here.
Yeah.
So to the audience members, OG and I have been speaking privately between game sessions and stuff like that about certain, like certain game mechanics and certain things and stuff like that. One of the things we did discuss was the idea that there is no way to perfectly ensure that there is a correct course of action that we take.
Yeah.
And that in the event that we have situations that are high octane or high intensity, often the thing to do is not to stop the action in order to try and assess and gather as much information as possible, but instead to have the value of a reaction that is tangible and decisive, regardless of if the action is good or not. To walk into a room in which your ally is surrounded by armed goblins in a perilous situation, to then instead of actually helping, demand people to answer you, is well, we can take a pause to go. Maro has entered the scene. This is what she has seen with her own eyes to assess the situation. Do you believe that there is any goblin that is going to stop the middle of this conflict in order to turn to you and then explain in full detail the level of what is transpiring in that present moment, so that you can decide what to do?
Okay.
Or are they just going to keep stabbing Navander until he leaves? Probably stabbing. So this is a case of, if you would like to, I'm just pointing this out, take action with something and deal with consequences. That is probably going to be a safer bet than to not take action until, you know.
I think I will.
Because I'll give you a hint. I am going to stab Navander about 6 or 7 times before you get a chance to act again.
Am I? Who's the closest with a weapon to me?
One of the goblins on the bench. Let's say Goblin 4.
Okay. I will attempt a dirty trick.
It was, sorry?
Try to take dirty trick.
A dirty check.
Oh,
No dirty trick.
I thought you said a dirty. I thought you said a dirty check. I'm like, what's a dirty check? Yes, I'd like to check my dirty if I can. I want to make this man.
Yeah, how
so
dirty is this
uncomfortable.
goblin? Because I'm gonna make him extra filthy now. No, dirty trick. Gonna dash over to. If he's right there, I'm just gonna grab his hat and just kind of pull it down over his head. And then, so I'm going to try that first.
All right, not a problem.
So that is a thievery check against the target's reflex DC. All right. Come on, character sheet. Let's do this. Skills, thievery. Oh, which one am I targeting? Or do I just do a random one?
Number. I just go with a random one. That'll be fine.
Okay. Right. Sure. Nope. That did not roll on you, Goblin. All right. Well, let me roll on him in the tracker, so I'll just start in the chat box.
Wait, I want to let you roll on him on the tracker?
No.
You
I
need
tried
to do
to
it from
throw-
the. You need to do it from the activities if you're doing it, rather than if it's just a skill check.
Oh, okay. Oh, there's dirty trick. Okay, let me try that again. So I should be able to just drag it from the abilities onto him?
Yeah.
Okay. Let's try that again. Go there. Nope. Activities. Let's try you from here. My goodness, why is this so hard? Yeah, I don't see anywhere to grab it from. I'll have to check with that later.
That's okay. Just drop the 3 in the check
Yeah.
and I'll do the calculation manually.
Yeah. So I rolled in the chat for a 27.
Okay, with a 27, that is going to beat their DC of 22. Okay,
Okay, cool.
easy done. As you grab hold of his hat and you pull it over his head, he no longer can see. One of the goblins is... Several of them turn their attention to Maro now. So you've entered, you've dirty tricked, you have one more action.
I'm going to grapple the next one.
All right, make an athletics check. This is at a -5 penalty. Oh, no, is it? Yeah, it is, because the dirty trick would be an attack action, right? I'll check. Make an athletics check to grapple.
Oh yeah, it was an attack. That's the tag doesn't attack.
Okay, cool. Yep. So -5.
Then
on
I
that
would
one.
just do modifier. Spy. Athletics. Let's see if we can grab this next guy. Nope, I missed him.
All right. Actually, let me just double check if you missed him. His target number is 22. So yeah, you do miss him.
Yep.
Okay. All right. So that is what happens with Morrow. The head chef, as he sees what's going on, he's kind of like, barking orders still. He yells over to his other his other teammates, to stab it. A goblin with a lower yada 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 can immediately use their reactions to attack. Okay, cool. So three of them are going to attack Morrow, 3 of them are going to attack Peyton. So this is one action.
Peyton, you want the
Attack
Vander?
Navander.
Sorry, no, Peyton. No, they're going to attack Navander.
They all see. It's like, oh no, we feel Peyton coming near. Quick, get him!
Okay.
They just have Peyton hatred.
22.
And they get +5 damage.
Does a 24 hit Navander? Actually, no, never mind. No, that's fine. So 22 will miss. So that's 1 goblin, 2 goblin, and 3 goblin. And then the 3 against Morrow. Critical hits. One goblin, 2 goblins, and 3 goblins.
Chop me with a cleaver.
They
Alright,
do.
now Morrow is upset.
And a credit card as well.
Yeah.
Because before Morrow was super chill.
She was just like, eh. But now they've chopped her, so now
yeah.
she's
Okay.
mad.
Like, I'm gonna put a hat over your head. Oh, fuck you.
Well, she was just gonna start to like disable them, and now she's like, okay, now I'm mad.
All right.
Nice.
Actually, the one with the crit is the one that's blinded, so he needs to roll a flat check real quick. He's fine. Okay, cool. Give me a number between 1 to 5 as the one that hits you with the cleaver hardest gets a crit card.
3,
Triple damage. No. Oh, here we go. No.
probably.
Actually, do you have a shield?
I do not.
Okay. You are enfeebled 3 as he fillets you.
Ooh.
You are enfeebled
Rude.
3.
I'm extra mad now. Well, Morrow is anyway.
You have been filleted.
Okay.
Son of a bitch! That's what she yells.
And shears off a little piece of paper from you.
All right. All right. The big boss then on his action is going to instruct his legs to move towards Navander so he can try and land a large cleaver on him. Wapsaki. A cleaver does indeed
Wapsaki.
hit Navander for 8 damage as you are
Ouch.
slashed.
Is that with a -5 already?
No, he hasn't attacked yet.
No, I meant like with the DR.
Oh, no. Oh, sorry. So you're going to use the DR now?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. In which case, it hasn't applied, so yeah, that'd be down to 3 damage.
Yep, easy.
Go. All right. After that, we go to Westinson.
Okay. How far can I get to adjacent to Navander?
No. Well, not without jumping over these guys, for example. Navander's surrounded on a table.
How stupid do I want to be?
I don't think that's your choice.
Well, it's a choice.
Join the club. We don't get jackets.
Do you have cookies?
No, we have sandwiches.
Ooh.
Yeah.
I'm debating just lobbing a dread ampule into your kitchen and see how many people run out. You know what? Sure. In for a penny, in for a pound. Westinson's pretty tired of the stuff that's been going on. I'm gonna start by lobbing a dread ampule.
What
The
does
actual
that
bomb.
do? What does that do?
So it creates the flask is filled with murky purple gas that it briefly interferes with the normal brain activity. Dread Ampule deals the least amount of mental damage and mental splash damage. On hit, the target becomes Frightened 1 or Frightened 2 on critical. Many types also grant an item bonus on attack rolls. You gain +1 item attack bonus on all rolls. Bomb deals 2d6 mental damage and 2 mental splash damage. I guess the fear only affects 1.
Yeah. I presume you'd want that to be the head chef, though.
Yeah, so instead, I'm gonna do alchemical shot on a dread ampule. On the head
Ooh.
chef.
All right, make the attack.
So
That'd be a 34.
whoa.
Ooh, nice. All right, that'll do it.
That is from the bullet. He takes 2d6 persistent mental damage. The first round being... That didn't work. First round being another 7, and he has to do a... Does it say a saving throw? Splash damage. No, just on a critical hit, so he's frightened 2.
All right, frightened 2, done and done.
That was action 1 and 2. Who is immediately adjacent to me?
Probably Maro.
I will extend to both myself and Maro. You see the side of my musket axe has a clan branding on it. And I sit down in a defensive posture and extend a 2 armor class bonus to you while you're adjacent to me. I don't know what that would look like visually. I just...
You got my back.
Yep.
We
Because of course
blocked
after
off, yeah.
after you've been trying to pin people down, and I just go, whatever, bang.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I'm on board with this now.
All right, done. Okay. Anything else? Anything you'd like to say or do?
I just yell, get out. The top of my lungs.
All right, I like it. Okay. Then we go to, I believe, a series of angry chefs.
Mm-hmm.
All right. 3 will go for... Actually,
I
no,
got a critical card.
Oh, yes, you get a crit card. That's right. Hiya!
Brain just caught up to it.
Give me a number between 1 to 5.
4.
1, 2, 3, 4. Bomb. Target takes normal damage. All adjacent creatures take half the damage at the same time. So no one's adjacent. Let's give you another one.
It was also not technically a bomb.
Was it not? What is it?
It takes the bomb and adds it to a bullet shot for my gun. So it no longer explodes. It's a single target.
So piercing then.
Piercing, yeah.
Okay, so deep hurting. He is fatigued from your shot.
Ooh, frightened 2 and fatigued.
Okay.
You just gotta make him fascinated now.
Fatigued.
Oh, Cookie.
Frightened. The Cookie! Thank you, bloody legend. Sorry, frightened 2 or 3, sorry.
2.
Actually, that's very ironic thinking about it, Cookie. If it's payday tomorrow, you're summoning the accountant. Cookie, I would like for you to send me the following message. 1 is the accountant may have a secret agenda. I would like for you to, if you have an idea for what you would like the secret agenda to be, to send that to me. Second is if he has a real name. I would like for you to decide what that real name is. And 3, if you have a demeanor that you would be after. Right now I'm kind of imagining like this consigliere kind of like, you know, mafioso. But if you have a personality type that you would like for him to be, send me that as a message and I will make that happen momentarily. So thank you, Steve. Okay, so frightened, fatigued, exploded, done.
I was going to say, and persistent mental, wasn't it?
I can't. Oh, actually, I can. Can't
Yep. 2d6 persistent mental.
I don't
There's a lot of things happening to that head cook. Oh, sorry, no. Yeah, 2d6 persistent mental. Yeah.
Yeah, here we go. Persistent. 2d6 mental.
Yep.
I hope that works. I've not used that one before, but
Yeah. You don't need the final comment, but yeah.
okay. There we go. Cool. Hopefully that'll work. Okay. So the chefs. I'm gonna give each person two chefs to deal with. So Westonson, Morrow, and Navander. Navander, we're gonna start with you. Now these two are flanking you, so you are off guard.
Just before you start rolling, OG, if you go into the combat tab up at your armor class, there's a place for miscellaneous. If you put a 2 in there, it'll add the 2 bonus you have for me. So Dag's rolls will take that into account automatically.
Where does that go?
Combat tab at the top, you'll see a box labeled armor class, and you see a misc at the end of that box.
Let me click it again because I don't see that in the combat tracker.
Let's see.
No, not combat tracker.
No, in your
combat
character
tab
sheet.
Of your character sheet.
Oh, the character sheet.
Yeah.
Oh, MISC. Okay,
And just put a 2 in there.
sweet. I got it.
I'll remind you to remove that in a bit.
Yep.
Sorry.
I burned my nat 20, and I'm gonna critically hit. Navander. Navander, give me an overview 1 to 5.
I regret my mouth. Oh, that's amazing.
What was that? Sorry.
A 2.
A 2.
2.
Triple damage, right?
Eat a pickle.
It's always triple damage.
Oh, you lose a finger.
Oh, it didn't happen to me good.
No.
You
Oh,
lose
it's gotta
1d4
be
free.
You lose 1d4 fingers on one hand and become clumsy 1,
Whoa.
which is actually gonna be super bad because if I roll a 4, that just
I
leaves your
can't roll.
thumb.
Yeah. Can't grab a sword with a thumb.
3 fingers.
I was going to say,
Fuck.
your bow becomes very interesting now.
Yeah. So I'm gonna give you only the one. I'm gonna give you
Finger
your
gun.
bow and your index and your thumb is the only one left.
Alright.
You can finger gun now.
Okay. Keeping in
Well,
mind, we did also discuss reattaching your fingers, so there's
Yeah.
that too. Okay. So that was his first attack. He has 2 more. Again, you're still off guard.
That should be 10.
Oh.
I'm gonna use a jinx point on that one. I was gonna use another nat 20 and just be so mean, but I'm not going to. This is
I
not,
thought you were too. I'm like, that would have been hilarious.
no, I'm not that mean.
You take the other 2 fingers. Jeez.
Ooh.
Oh.
Oh wow, with a 16, that's gonna miss. He's not gonna do that third attack. He is going to raise a pot as a shield.
Oi, that's my pot!
It's your okay. Second goblin. Cleave nim. Gonna use my nat All right, nat 20, gonna critically hit. For another 12. Give me another number between 1 to 5.
Let's go 3.
1, 2, 3. Here we go.
2
Slashing.
more fingers. 2 more.
Well, it's called
That's-
finger-tipped.
Oh.
So until healed, you are clumsy 1 and cannot use one of your hands until you heal it.
Oh.
I'd
Ooh.
like to use the hand that currently has fingers.
Well, if you do so, then yeah, you're going to lose the hand that only has 2 fingers, I imagine.
Yeah.
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 So I need you to make an acrobatics check because I feel like at this point, actually no, never mind. You're fine. Okay.
Are you remembering your damage reduction?
I am
Matt? 'Cause
remembering it, and I'm adding as I go.
Yeah. Thank you. I appreciate that. Okay. So you are now clumsy 2, I believe.
Yes.
Okay. It's a good thing you didn't fall in the water because you're still in the oil because you're still affected by the witch fire.
Yeah, I know, right? That's why I'm above the water,
Yeah, I forgot
above
about
the
that.
oil.
Okay. So
And
the
he's
I'm
got
glad you
10.
reminded me about that before I did my plan.
Okay, so the goblin, this goblin's gonna eat a pickle, and he gains 4 temporary hit points.
Oh no!
How dare!
I will eat a pickle and gain 4 temporary hit points too. No, just kidding.
Okay. That's not the goblin that did it. This is the goblin that did it. Okay, cool.
Magic pickle.
Next goblin is the one next to Maro. So Maro, we're gonna cleave at you,
Ah.
and we're gonna cleave at you again.
Ooh.
Ugh. And then we're gonna raise a pot.
And we're gonna raise the pot. Okay, cool.
All right. The next goblin is gonna swipe at Maro. Let's see how we go. Oh no.
Ow.
Second attack. Let's see if that's any better. Critical miss. I wouldn't jinx point that. I'll take the crit miss. All right, and hiya! Give me a number 2 out of 5.
5.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Too much stuff. They get entangled in their gear and must take 2 interact actions to free themselves. They'll take one of those actions now, but they will save the other one for the next round. All right, and then Westonson. These guys take 1 action to move over to you, and they're going to try and cleave at you as well. My word. I'm going to use a jinx point on that one.
At least it's not consecutive nat ones.
It's true.
Mm.
Hey, there we go. Okay, that's a hit. Kerstabby. Second attack. Critical miss. Give me a number.
2.
1, 2. Punt. He ends up losing his grip on his knife, and Westonson, you kick it under one of the counters. And he's like, dick. The second goblin that's attacking you goes for a swipe. Will miss. And will miss. And then raise a pot. Hiya. All right.
That's also my pot.
Yeah, you have a lot of pots.
They all have your pots.
All right, which
Those are
brings us,
expensive pots.
which then brings us to Cindario.
Oh yeah, there's blood
They're a
and
gift from
fingers.
Shalalu's dead.
Now, for potentially some cinematics, Zag,
Mm-hmm.
is the head chef potentially the one closest to the pot of oil?
Is the head chef the one? No, he is not.
No?
Mm-mm.
Which one is?
Number 6.
Number 6. Very well. Sandero will shout out to number 6 saying, watch out! The back of your coat is on fire! as she casts ignition on his coat, making him worry the fact that he's very close to the oil.
Oh.
Can I use my natural 20, please?
You may.
Oops.
All right, let's throw that nat 20 there.
As that chef is now on fire.
All right, the chef is now on fire, and give me a number between 1 to 5 for the crit card.
Number 5.
2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Spell. Concussive blast. The target is pushed 10 foot and knocked prone. So both the head chef and his legs are knocked backwards and both tumble and collapse into the ground.
I was going to say,
on
it was
fire.
goblins. It was number 6.
Oh, sorry, number 6. Oh, actually, in that case, roll me a percentage. Goblin 6 might fall into the oil.
While on fire. This is
While on
going to go
fire.
well.
It'd be double on fire.
Do you
No,
want him?
whoa.
Do you want him in the fire? Sorry, do you want him in the oil? Is the question.
Evander, how tied to you in this house?
This is my fucking house scenario. Don't you start setting it on fire.
To be fair, I was more going for the whole point of trying to frighten him, thinking he might burn up to make him run as an intimidation. That's what I was going for this. So no, not into the oil, but maybe wanting him to run away from the oil. If that makes sense.
Weston's contemplating going outside and glue bombing all the doors and then using the alchemist in the house.
Well, the matter looks like you'll need to find a new house. I mean, you'll need to find a new house.
Can already tell Dag is busy dealing with Hero Forge.
Maybe.
Because he's not reacting.
I mean, look, it's your decision. I'm just waiting for you to make one.
I said no because I was more hoping
sorry.
it would be an intimidation type thing to make him run.
Sure. Okay, not a problem. In which case, he just sort of slams up against the oil rather than falls in. Can you roll me 2d6, please? 1d6 bludgeoning and 1d6 what do you call it? Fire.
Uh, 8 points total.
8 points in total. Okay, he is. How's he looking? Number 6. Oh, he's still kicking. Not great. Yeah, not great. All right. Anything else? That's it. Moved in. Fire ignition shot at this dude.
Yep.
All right. We now go to finally Nevander.
A spell strike.
Okay.
I'm going to use spell strike, electric arc. So, first of all, let's see if I hit a goblin. Yeah. Doesn't matter what.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we'll just go with the one that. We'll just go one of the uninjured goblins, shall we? Goblin number. One of the. I can't see the numbers. It's fine. Goblin number 5. Let's go for.
All right, let's do it. All right, that hits him.
Wonderful. So what happens is that as Nevander, with his sword glowing with electric energy, as he strikes, he's going to do a normal amount of damage on Goblin 5. Minimum damage,
Okay.
but that's okay, as the electric arc damage will then trigger. Which means he will take 2d4 electricity damage as well.
Ooh, nice. Okay, the goblin chef, as electricity burns through his body, he is not looking great.
From there, Nevander's going to go into Arcane Cascade. So he's going to breathe. He's going to breathe quite specifically as he gathers that that magical current from what he's just did, and he's going to push that through his body. Which means every time he's going to hit, he's going to add plus. I think he adds an extra point of electric damage on every hit he's going to do for the next minute, I believe it is.
Mm-hmm.
And then for his last action, he is going to go into Arcane Countermeasure, which is he's going to quickly change my Arcane Cascade to give myself an additional +5 damage against spells. Now, this isn't important at the moment, but it does refresh his spell strike.
Oh, wow. Okay, cool.
Yeah. And that's all he does for this round. That's his 3 actions.
All right, done and done. After we have that, and the goblin chef is now injured, Peyton, following in suit.
All right. So since I was in the back, and the entrance kind of looks a little bit crowded now in there, I'm gonna look around, knowing this is Navander's house. Are there like any extra like bows or anything laying on the ground
In the kitchen?
in the outside?
Just chilling outside?
Oh, I thought I thought we were still out.
Yeah,
I don't know. I thought we were kind of outside running in since I was at the back.
You are. I asked you to roll a percentage.
Yeah. One.
No, Peyton.
That's
there
because I got the 1980.
Oh, damn it.
I was waiting for you to say yes. There's a little toy one.
Pew, with the little suction cup on it. All right. I guess, can I make my way inside? Even though everyone's kind of there.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I guess I'll just kind of run in. I think I might just charge a couple of them if I can, like, almost tackle some. Or tackle one.
You want to tackle one of them? Sure.
Yeah.
All right, make an athletics check to tackle one of them.
I think whichever one would have been closer to the group or to the door. Or outside-ish, or not outside-ish, wherever. I'll just roll a check. 25.
All right, a 25. With a 25, that is going to grab one of the goblins.
Yeah. So tackling, does that like tackle him to the ground, or is it just grappling?
That will. I mean, do you want to knock him to the ground, or do you want to just like bowl them over?
I think I was kind of thinking bowl him over.
Sure. In which case, you knock them prone. You head down to the ground with them at the same time.
All right, and then my last action is I'm just gonna start punching him.
All right, you stop punching this dude.
Come on, knuckle dust. Would this be the second one or the first one?
The second one.
Okay. Which one did I tackle?
Let's go with the third one.
Number 3? Okay. Yeah. Ooh. I didn't hit him with the Leomano. I used the... Oh, I did use the Leomano. Oops. Well, it's the same hit. It's still +9 with it.
All right.
So I'll just use the 1d4 then. Because my knuckle duster. Bam.
All right.
Oh, I forgot to hit off guard. If he's prone, he's technically off guard, right?
If he's prone, he's off guard. Yes.
Okay. So I'll get 2 more d6 then from sneak attack. So I'll just roll that. He takes 8 more damage.
Nice. All right.
Yeah.
Easy done.
Yeah, and that is my turn.
All right. You can tell that these individuals are doing their best to kind of keep together, but they are still not exactly trained fighters, as you guys have come in and just started clobbering them. All right, top of the round. How injured are they? Mar's pretty injured. Hobgoblin Chef's pretty injured. They can do one more round, I think. Maro.
Great, Maro's mad. She is. She's angry. So she's still got 2 of them within range, correct?
All of them are technically within range, but yes.
Sweet. She's going to use Clan's Edge, which allows her to make 2 clan dagger strikes against different targets, and then she will be using Protective Sheath for +2 against any target that I hit. So let's go. All right, where are you, Dagger? Dagger, where'd you go? I'm not used to using weapons.
I know. I'm aware.
I'm so sorry. I'm trying to find it. Do I just go to the combat tab or is that under
Actions?
Actions tab.
actions? Ah, there it is. Thank you. All right. So roll the first one. Oh wait, where's combat tracker? Will you let me roll on you now, combat tracker? Okay. All right. First one. Who's the one who stabbed me? That's what I want to know. He's getting it.
4.
4? Yeah, he's getting the first one.
2, 3, 4. Yeah, 4 is the one who stabbed you. Yep.
Okay, that's 29 for Goblin 4. And then I assume Goblin 3 is probably right next to him, so we're going to stab him too.
All right.
I was going to say resolve your damage because you've cleared your critical.
Yeah, because if you don't resolve the damage as you do it, if you have a crit, it'll wipe the crit out.
Sorry.
But that's okay. There's a button
Okay.
at the bottom left for crit,
Yeah.
so if you click on that when you roll your damage, you'll be fine.
Will do. Okay, so let me apply the damage for the first one on 4. Crit. Go there. And then on 3, you get that one. And then I will be using the Protective Sheath to add +2 to my AC against those 2 characters. So if 3 or 4 hit me again, I'm another +2 on them.
And you got a crit card.
Okay.
Oh, and a crit card. Number 1.
All right, number uno. Here we go. We have. Oh no, that was the one that I had before. Yeah. Okay, this is a. Is this piercing damage? With your daggers? Yes.
The dagger.
Piercing.
Yes, piercing.
Deep wound. Target is sickened 3.
Good. That's what he gets for enfeebling me.
Okay, done and done.
Yep.
So
And
that
then
was
she
2
has her
actions.
sheath out to kind of, yeah, and her last one is to, I think it's an action. Let me double check, but I believe it's an action to use Protective Sheath. No, that's just a thing. I'm not holding, I have my other hand is empty, so I just get that automatically. So then for my last one, I'm gonna stab I'm gonna stab 4th one again, just in case I can get him.
Yeah, do it.
Get him. Let's see if
Get
I can
him.
get him. Attack 3. Because I don't like him. Oh, no, I stabbed at the wrong one. That's fine. Oh, I missed. Critical.
All right, you do have hero points.
The hero point on that.
All right, hero point
Are
it
you
is.
gonna jinx it? Okay, cool. I'm gonna go throw it on the right one. Jeez. There we go. Get him. Well, at least it's a regular miss. That's okay.
Mm-hmm.
And that's it. That was my 3 turns.
All right, done and done. That then brings us to the Goblin Chef, who is going to take a round of trying to put himself out of fire.
The Goblin Chef has not fire.
No,
He's not
sorry.
on
Can I cure the persistent mental, or is it just stuck that way?
fire. It
Persistent
doesn't
damage has
say.
the flat roll, just like persistent fire.
Yeah.
Okay, so he's gonna try and like shake off his
Center himself.
migraine. So it'll be like a 15, right?
Shake his migraine off. Can you just do that?
Oh, he does not. Okay, he tried. He grabbed some like garlic and like sort of like smells it and stuff. He tells all the goblins to get them, and with the one action they all get a free stabby stab. So again, 2 against Maro. Critical miss. And a miss. 2 against Navander. Miss and a miss. 2 against Westonson. Critical miss and a miss. Great. Wonderful. That was a bullshit turn. Well, no, I still have one action, but yeah. Okay, Maro and Westonson, give me a number.
2.
2 and
1.
1. Okay. The one that was attacking Maro gets a -1 penalty on all attack rolls. The one who is attacking Westonson gets a -2 on all attack rolls. Good. That's gonna be a fun round. And then he's gonna use his. And then the chef is gonna use his cleaver, and try to hit Navander again with a critical strike. Navander, you take 17 points of damage as the cleaver hits you. Give me a number between 1 to 5.
A 4, please.
1, 2, 3, 4. Ooh. Okay, surprise opening. He gets an immediate attack action at the same bonus again against you.
Ooh.
Oh, that's not happening. Last jinx point.
Guys, I go and spend all the jinx points. Quick, get him! Get him!
Add all the start 20s.
It's true. All right, and another slash.
Been a costly
Right.
session.
8 points of damage. It has been. Okay. Doesn't get rid of the mental damage. Takes 7 damage. Feels bad. Westonson, you're up next.
Feels bad.
Okay. We are going to start off.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to attempt to demoralize the crowd of goblins here.
We're going after the party itself.
I will
Oh, no,
start chanting. So back when I was a guard for the Dwarven mining clan, whatever we used to instill fear or whatever. I'm going back to my olden days. I started old Dwarven chant. And I'm going to spend my natural 20 to critically succeed at it.
Whoa.
Okay.
So all enemies within 30 feet of me are frightened too.
Ooh. All right. Saving throw.
Does it say saving throw? Yes. Yep. I guess I don't make my... Let me see. How does this read? -4 circumstance bonus to the test. To the check, yeah. So I'm using my natural 20. So I can critically succeed. So they have to make a will save.
All right.
Or become frightened too.
All right. I'm just gonna roll 1 for the goblins and then 1 for the head chef. Okay, head chef gets an 18 does not do it, I don't think. And the goblins get a 21.
My second action is I'm reloading.
Who succeeded? Who failed?
Oh, where's my save DC? That'd be under.
Yeah, I know, right? It'd be
actions.
super good to know these things.
Demoralized. Does it tell me in this part? Save DC. Intimidation. Thank you. Does this tell me what my save DC is? Not in that chart. I have no idea where to find that in the.
It'll be in your combat tab up the top, and then on the left-hand side around the middle, there should be CDC is what it's listed as.
On the left-hand side.
Got it?
Nope. I have my saving throws.
Okay, hold on. So the combat
It's just
tab,
underneath that bit.
yeah, just underneath that CDC. So you're
Oh, 22.
yeah, there you go. Okay, so 22. All right, a 22. None of them make it, so they all fail. They get frightened 2. Did you say?
Yep.
Okay, not a problem.
Second action. I'm reloading as I'm saying, going through this chant of this rhythm. I'm reloading my gun. My third action, I'm using trigger brand salvo on the goblin that attacked me.
All right, let's do it.
What that is make a melee attack followed up immediately by a ranged attack on him for 1 action. Which goblin was it?
It was Goblin 5.
That would be a natural 20.
Oof. All right. Make roll your damage on him. I don't think he's long for this world.
And then I get a +2 modifier to my ranged attack on him. They both count as attacks, but they don't take any multiple attack penalty until I perform another attack after this, but this is my last action, so.
Okay.
Ooh, that's well, it's still a critical with a 7. There we go.
All right, done and done. He
Does he get his
is
crit cards in case it affects everyone else?
sure. Give me a number between 1 to 5.
4.
1, 2, 3, 4. All right. No, it does not. Deep hurting. He is.
You got 2 crits.
Oh, okay. Second crit. Give me another one.
3.
1, 2, 3. Okay. Target is flat-footed as he spun around.
And dies horribly. And I finish off by again yelling, "I said, live!"
Okay. So there is a an intimidation check there. Let's see how well it works.
Natural 20.
Wow. Actually, you don't have the actions to take an actual intimidation check.
No, I don't.
So
That was why I did demoralize at the beginning.
Yeah. So we're gonna go with your demoralized DC for this one rather than
So 22.
yeah. So 22 is the DC for that one. Okay. Cool, not a problem. So you've yelled at them. We've gotten that. All right. Next up is the Goblin Chefs. They, for the most part, pause, save for the one that's on fire, who's gonna try and not be on fire. I'm just gonna take 3 actions to try and put the fire out. There we go. He puts the fire out. Cool.
You're 1 natural 20.
Cinderial, it is your turn.
Well, considering Cinderella is trying to be very goblin friendly, this is also me explaining it for the table.
By setting them on fire.
Well, she did it to try and make him run away and flee, to be fair. She didn't kill him. And even though she's not the best place to do this, she's going to go up to one of the little chefs, try to take him by the scruff of the neck, and push him towards the door to encourage him to flee.
Okay, make a athletics check.
It's very well as expected.
Yeah, no, he you seem somewhat unable to budge the tiny goblin.
Yeah.
All right. Anything else?
So the fact that he's not moving, she'll just whisper in his ear, saying, "It'd be easier if you just actually left."
Oh God, where did you come from? I didn't even feel you there when you were trying to push me and be aggressive to me. You didn't even feel you, like, your hand on me. You're like a ghost.
Like a little butterfly pushing at a concrete tower.
I was trying to be gentle compared to some of the others. They're not as
In its
polite.
own way. I was gonna say, in its own way, that was just as intimidating. I was trying to be gentle.
This is us being nice. Run.
Okay, I'll throw in the intimidate on that one if you'd like to take one.
Intimidate? Sure. Cinderella's not intimidating. But why? There you go.
You tried.
Actually, you instill bravery in them. They've all rallied.
Scared
They
yourself,
get 20
like,
temporary
oh.
hit points.
Yeah, they're just super enthused at fighting you guys now.
Like, yeah, they've got a weak one. Get him.
It's like, wow, these guys are tough. And then this guy comes up and he says, "We're trying to be gentle. Get him!"
Hey, they're holding back. Get them, guys.
All right. No, that doesn't do anything.
I
Okay.
know.
After Cinderiel, we go to Navander.
Vander.
Navanda is going to pretty much, for his first action, he's going to hack and slash with a sword at one of the goblins.
Mhm.
Which goblin do you think would be closest to him?
That would be number 3. No, 2. 2 or 3.
All right.
3 is
so
on the ground prone, so.
Oh, so then 2, probably.
number 2. All right, that's the one he's going to be going for with his first attack, with his first action. Number 2, with his sword.
Whoa!
Oh, nice. Good hit.
Wonderful. And then he's going to be the proud owner of 14 points of damage. Plus a crit card.
Okay, okay. Give me a number
More
between 1 to
cowbell.
5.
Let's go with 5, please.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, what do we get? That is Ugly Wound. He takes penalties on charisma checks, except for intimidation.
And then for his last 2 actions, Navanda is going to raise up his hand, and a series of knives, forks, spoons, and other assorted cutlery are going to fly in the air around at that goblin as he casts telekinetic projectile.
Ooh.
Would this be at a -5 penalty? As a technically second attack?
Yes.
Yeah, I thought so. So, spoons and forks and knives are going to start flying around. Can I use a hero point, please?
Yeah, go on.
Okay.
I mean, he doesn't have jinx points, so he can't say otherwise.
It's true.
Yes, Neil. Taunt the DM.
Oh well. Why is
Yeah,
it
we're
going?
having fun. I don't care.
Oh, no. The sword of cutlery is still probably flying around the room anyway.
All right. Cutlery begins to fly and square around the room, and but nothing seems to really take any to take anyone out. Okay. After Navander, we then go to Peyton.
All right. So now that I punched him in the face, I'm gonna just stand up. I'm gonna grab him on any kind of clothing he's got and try to lift him up. So I guess I'm gonna try to grab him first.
Mm-hmm.
Do I need to roll for it, or can I just grab him, or what's?
Yeah, no, you can just grab him. No worries, just.
Okay, so
No, I'm
grab
joking.
him.
Fucking make an athletics check. What are you talking about?
No. I will use my hero point.
Okay.
You're right. Yeah, that's better. 24.
Yeah,
All right,
24
so I
grab.
grab him. As I stand up, I'm going to. Well, I guess technically I was on the ground, so stand up as my second action.
Mhm.
As I kind of pull him up with me, and I went to try and throw him out the door we came through.
All right, make another athletics check to reposition him out the door.
-5. And I can't use another one because I already used the hero point.
No, you can use a hero point on this one because it's a separate roll.
Oh, okay. Then I'll use another hero point.
Sure.
Wait, why is it -0? So -5. -5. There we go. Guys, that's better.
All right. Unfortunately, that does not push him out, or at least not well enough. So here's what happens here with that. Let me just take those hero points out real quick.
Don't forget to take my crit.
Oh yes,
Nat 20.
And that too. Okay. So with that, you start to kind of, as you've sort of gotten up, you grabbed him and you sort of tried to haul him out. But as soon as you do so, you are stopped by someone who is standing in front of you.
Did you just take everyone's nat 20 with it?
He did.
Oh, maybe.
It was a very, very costly nat 20 I spent.
It was. It was
It
like
was the
the,
taunting I did.
Wow.
it was
Oh,
like
no.
it was like the nat 20.
And in the darkness bind them.
Okay. Cool. One moment while I sort this out. Not the nat 20 stuff. You guys have lost that for good. Okay, there we go.
Oh, it was my taunting after all. No.
All right, there we go. Okay, so this individual is standing at the doorway and places a single hand at the shoulder of the goblin that Peyton is trying to evict from the premises. Now, I haven't perfected this, but I'm going to give it a go. It is still within working hours. Return to your station and resume your current activities. I will endeavor to deal with what is transpiring here. To you people who have decided to come into this place and create this ruckus, you will follow me and we will discuss this matter in the office rather than in the
screw
kitchen.
that.
Your other choice is, of course, to continue to protest and shed more blood.
Sounds good to me. Are you first?
He steps forward and attempts to grapple you.
Ooh. I'm still holding the goblin, by the way.
Oh, sure. He lets go of the goblin and walks past you. Okay.
Oh yeah.
Navander, what is your athletics check? Oh, sorry, what is your fortitude DC?
It should be a 22.
Very well. He gets a
Whoa.
30 as he picks you up and he drags your head over to the oil. He begins to lower it with his second action.
Ooh.
So that is a there. You're slowly being, and keeping in mind, this is not forceful, like he's not just slamming you in to do damage. He is lowering you very purposefully. You are struggling. This guy is remarkably strong. As Navander is slowly being lowered face first into the oil. He is going to continue doing so, and the action will end with Navander's face in the oil if no one says or does anything.
What?
Why don't we take this outside and chat?
I attempted to. Your friend seems to be resistant. And Navander, at this point, you're starting to feel those pops and those splatters on your head. You're basically trying to put your hands on the grill, but the edge, but it's like obviously with your weakness, it's burning hot.
Well, surely you can understand. I mean, is his house?
I don't understand. You presume a lot.
Navander, just stand down so we can chat about this.
Is that all you're going to say?
You can stab him later if you
No,
want.
as in, this is.
Oh, he's not saying anything.
Me.
No. He's not saying anything. He's dunking your head in the oil.
No, I'm saying to OG.
Oh, to OG. Sorry. My bad. Yeah.
Is that all you're going to say, OG?
She's gonna say stand down so we can take this outside, and you can stab him later, I suppose, if you want to.
If you die now, you can't kill goblins later.
Oh, see, Westonson knows you so well.
See, this guy's supposed to be autistic, which was part of the thing. So hearing that this guy kills goblins.
Ooh.
I'm joking. I won't do that.
Don't you
I would
have
like
a-
it to go on record that if I were
Yeah.
playing
Yeah.
very, very true to the logical mind, or because basically the inspiration of the accountant was the Ben Affleck film, right? So that's what I've been given as an instruction.
I mean, I hear you have a wife.
Remember that anger. Navander's pretty angry at this point in time.
Very angry.
He is very angry. He has gone through a vast amount. Maro. It might take something to make him stand down.
Your wife was just mentioned.
Yeah.
Also, remember your friends have been reinstated, haven't they?
Fine. I'll listen to what he says.
He pauses for a moment and then releases the kind of clump of hair in the back of your head that he basically grabbed onto in order to control you for this, maneuver. The moment you say that, very well, I'll listen, he releases you. He straightens up his collar, because I imagine you're struggling when he's, trying to dunk you. So he straightens up his collar and he says, "We will discuss this in the office." You are led through your house up to the second story, where you've got your bedroom, the storerooms, and the like. One of the office spaces that Shalelu had for kind of more just taking journalistic notes. Whenever she came through town, this is where she would just kind of acclimate the notes and stuff like that. It wasn't like a sacred space or anything like that, but it had a lot of her effects and things. You are shocked to find that they've basically put everything into a box and whammed it into the corner and turned this place into fundamentally a makeshift office. As he enters, he says, fuck, I didn't get a name for the goblin. What do we call him? I'm gonna call him Stu, because that's what he made, right? Like at some point or another.
Yeah.
Very well.
Stu.
Very well. Stu the goblin. Stu, the time has come for you to properly discuss the matters at hand in regards to the property that you have acquiesced from this gentleman before he decides to lay waste to your staff and clientele simultaneously. No one named Stu here. Just us tables. You watch as this man walks over and he slides the table just aside, and you can see that just this goblin with his hands on his head, just being like, hello, strangers that I've never met before, and person who clearly I've never seen before nor cooked breakfast for ever. My name is Stu. What can Stu do for you?
I approve.
Evander has like this really stony, hard expression on his face as he glares down at this goblin. What the hell?
Well, I was originally here to look after your house while you were away because, with, your wife gone and with, you disappearing for a few days, it was just a simple matter of like, well, someone needs to look after the house, and you were in the pit and everyone said the pit was dangerous, and then you were gone for a while, and then you know what I thought? I thought, hey, party night. And here's the thing, right? You see, you Longshanks, you live a long time. We goblins, we don't live that long. So you were gone for so long. You were gone forever. So I thought you'd abandoned the place, and as such, to honor your memory, I declared you legally dead and took over your property. As is the goblin way.
Fix it now.
Well, you see, it's not that simple. It's a very complicated series of accounts that switch and move, and people who need to be paid and reimbursed, and equipment and subsidies and requisition orders, and you are still technically legally dead, so I can't exactly hand over the property to someone who by register is no longer among the living. So there's the undead, my thing that needs to be put in. There's just so much bureaucracy, And honestly, it's just it's so much of a headache. But I'll make sure that yes, Myra.
Sir.
Oh please,
Did
sir was
you
my
actually
father. Call me Stu. What can Stu do for you?
Stu, did you actually file paperwork with the city of Sandpoint about this death, or did you just decide it? I see.
I appreciate good, well-thought paperwork.
Wonderful. How do we fix this problem? As you can see, he's not dead.
Proof of life is usually sufficient enough to overturn such orders, but it still does not resolve a great number of issues arisen from the acquisition of this property. Allow me to ask you this, Navanda. If this property is indeed so important, why let this goblin pass in and out as he sees fit? After all, I've heard that you are a goblin slayer of some measure. One would have thought you would have dealt with young Stu.
I was about to. I might just finish the job now.
Ah! Oh no! And I believe I heard your companions advocates of goblin integration within Sandpoint. After all, it would look rather bad if the home that was seemingly opened up to goblin kind in the spirit of building good relations all of a sudden saw the murder of the person leading said establishment, as well as the then subsequent eviction of the goblins that were using this place as a homestead. A very bad reputation indeed. And from what I've gathered from various accounts of those within the town, you and your companions aren't exactly the most favored individuals in the town presently.
Yeah, you're barking off the wrong tree, mate. I'm not Sandariel.
True. By all means. You may not be Sindariel, or a magnanimous individual, or a person who truly cares about the goblin's well-being. But you do care about one thing, and that is making sure that your wife gets to come to a home. Do you really think this town is going to feel like home when the townsfolk turn against you? Or turn against your wife? The necromancer, the goblin hater, the cruel villain living in their midst.
Round 2.
You're welcome. But perhaps you would like to hear my proposal instead. The town itself is not welcoming to you and yours, not so long as Khan Scarnetti holds a grip over many of the opinions in town. There is a sanatorium not too far from town, an hour or so's travel, currently held accountable by a necromancer. I have the means to be able to procure the location legally and within rights, and will subsequently provide you with the same deed to the property in question, plus a quite sizable amount of land surrounding it. In exchange for not only leaving this property in the... He tries not to look at Stu. In addition to leaving this property, clearing out the necromancer that currently calls that place home will afford you a certain amount of healing as far as your reputation goes. After all, why would a necromancer kill another one of their kind? Do this and you solve 2 problems. You acquire a property far more spacious and able to handle, of course, everything that this tiny shack will be able to. And you'll be able to improve your standing within the town. Or don't. In either case, we aren't going anywhere. It's just how hard you wish to fight before you end up, well, wherever you end up. I hear that the pit has been quite the home for you folk this day.
Are you saying Evander gets a house upgrade?
No, it's a switch. Making me do all the work for something that isn't worth as much as this house is.
The house that you have is way more sentimental value. You and Shilelu built this house together. Shilelu never really had a home before she met you. Fort Rennick and Sandpoint kind of had places for them, but they never really had a house. This place, when you and Shilelu first got married, you kind of helped create it and construct it. It wasn't just you, of course, but like the 2 of you worked well for it. Every room, everything designed was made for your home. Even the property, though it didn't account for Mazu at the time, you know, it
That's
was
how you went out to the ranch.
yeah. You know, it was still very, very, you know, like that was very much the purpose of it, is to create a home and a family, a place where, you know, you both belonged. Now that Shalelu has lost her memories or had her memories taken, to come back here might be one of the only things that might tie her memories back to this place and to that home. The idea of like finding another place that would be alien and foreign to her just seems awful. But what this guy says is not entirely untrue as well. If Shalelu comes back to this house and the whole town hates you and, you know, like ostracizes you, that may also be just as bad. With these thoughts and with this very ominous and dark proposal, we will end today's session and give our players plenty of time to consider and think about what they would like to do and how they would like to handle the situation. Now, I want to point out, this character is not unbeatable, FYI. He is tough. Absolutely. He is the toughest goblin in this place. But he is within the realms of you being able to defeat him as a group, as a battle. Yeah, so you guys are level 6, yes? He is a CR8. So I'm giving you the full thing of he is tough, but you can beat him. The goblins, however, not so much. Like, as you've noticed, most of the guard goblins, they are CR1s and 2s. The goblin chef was a CR4. You know, like, you guys were fine. You guys were not going to lose that battle. Yeah. I hope you guys had fun. I hope you enjoyed this. Like, I hope you also enjoyed the accountant. Also, a very special thank you to Cookie for helping bring the accountant to life. I originally had him as like this skeevy Italian, like kind of Weasley guy with a mustache. So I really loved the Ben Affleck action film kind of switch on that character. So that was not expected.
I like this guy.
I think this guy is awesome. Yeah.
Yeah, it was pretty badass. So well done, Cookie. That was a very good contribution to that. And who knows? Like, here's the thing: he's kind of an enemy now, but what does he really want? You know, like, I haven't really delved into that yet. Right now, he's just helping his fellow goblins out, but it could be like, maybe he's trying to expand. Maybe he's a master criminal. Maybe he's a whole bunch of stuff. And his name is Wolfleck, by the way. Which is actually kind of funny, because I tried to make Ben Affleck's face, right, in Hero Forge, and I feel like I ended up with Orlando Bloom.
Yeah.
I tried so hard, and I just, you know, but it's fine. It's fine.
Could be worse. Could be the one that sets up the Goblin Embassy in Sandpoint.
That's true. I love. Yeah, that was my little nod joke to, like, you know, them, like the like Stu coming out and like putting up the sign that just said embassy because it was the Goblin Embassy now. It was very cute. I saw OG like that one, so there you go.
Yeah, that was funny.
Okay, cool, guys. Thank you so much for listening. Thank you so much for joining. Thank you to all of the people who donated, subscribed. You guys are fucking amazing. My name is Michael. I'm the Dead as a Gamer. This is my place. This is my face. You can find it here a number of times during the week. I hope you guys stay safe, stay wonderful, be kind to each other, because why the fuck not is free. And until we meet again, game hard or die trying. Good night, folks. Bye.
Good night, everyone.
Bye. Hey, everyone.
Bye.
Embassy crossover. Yeah, that's it.